While it's not my favorite flashback they've put out, that's probably still Bloody Bag of Jokes. I think this is definitely their most impressive that they've done, because aside from having 3D prints of the molds that were from the original deluxe artware version, because that's what Spirit does with flashbacks. Now they just buy originals off of eBay and just scan them, or scan the molds, and also of course having the audio files. This is pretty much rebuilt from the ground up, because this is not made by Deluxe Artware, because Deluxe Artware is a pretty much dead company, and them being dead is basically led us all to believe this would never come back until Spirit started teasing it in like 2024, when he was supposed to come back originally. Yeah, none of us thought he would ever come back until then, but he fucking came back, and it's for it being a completely different company than the original. It being as faithful as it is genuinely fucking impressive. Because CCL recreated this thing down to the fucking, like, down to the base being kind of shitty, like a lot of Deluxe Artware props. This doesn't have a normal base like every other item from them now does, where the welds are actually, like, worth a shit. It has that really thin, weird base that, like, a lot of, other Deluxe Artware props did, like Berserker Zombie has that, See-Through Cindy I think has that. She has that. Other ones from around the time did. I think like the last one that, I think like starting 2011 and forwards, all of them have that from them. But yeah, it's recreated down to that, which that amount of dedication is what we need from flashbacks, honestly. Do I think it's a perfect flashback, in terms of, like, quality? It's not gonna break on you. It's not like it's like, oh, this is fucking, like, Headcase Harry where there's tons of issues, or, fuck, I don't know. Or Pumpkin Nester where the head doesn't fucking work half the time. But, like, this thing does have stability issues, I will say that. I had to weigh down the base on mine, because it kept leaning back, and it was like, because of how, like, minimal the structure is, and that shouldn't really be a thing on a prop in 2025. And also the programming for the speaker isn't the best. This happened with Monkey Business as well this year. Really a lot of CCL props besides Two-Face Teddy have, like, speaker issues of some kind. Like Fire Demon's too fucking quiet. Even on full volume, he's not loud at all. And Monkey Business, of course, has the issue where the beginning of each phrase is cut off. And that's an issue with Silent Deadly, too. But instead of, like, just not playing a second of the audio or something, it just, like, pops in. And it is fixed when you put them on an external speaker, but still, you shouldn't have to do that for a 2025 animatronic. But yeah, aside from that, though, there's nothing I have wrong with this item at all. And I'm glad I bought him, because I fucking love Silent Deadly. And I'm glad that he was brought back and not, like, done, like, as an iteration or some shit like Little Skelly Bones. And they actually, like, faithfully recreated him to an extensive degree that they did. And for 180 as well, he's not, like, a premium price animatronic, and he's not made as such. But I think 180, especially for being, like, this painstakingly accurate to the original, I think 180 is actually a pretty good price for this item. And yeah, I'm glad he came back finally. I'm glad to own him. Yeah, I'd say he's one of the best props this year from 2025 Spirit as well, because he's a great prop, and he always has been, but also 2025 Spirit didn't have, like, that many great props. There's only, like, 4 or 5 other ones I'd really say were, like, all that impressive, but yeah.
You think you can escape me? I am Jack the Reaper. I make the skies turn orange, the wind howl, and the bats swarm. There is no place my bone-chilling grip cannot reach.
This is also another one that I honestly thought we would never actually see happen. Um, Especially after we got the hanger last year, and like, because there's not really much you can do with a Jack animatronic, I thought like, oh yeah, the hanger's probably all we're gonna get. But no, then we got this. The only thing I genuinely have wrong with it is that it doesn't have the design that Jack has on like the actual signage. It has this weird like stylized design that they use on like the costume, and then the hanger, and then now this, which I don't really like it that much. It's not bad, but it's like also like it's not what Jack the Reaper looks like really. But regardless of that, this is still actually a pretty great animatronic. It's nothing I would personally buy, but it's still really awesome for what is literally just a mascot animatronic. Um, I will say though that this thing is a fucking bitch to put together. I set this up at my store when we were doing setup, and it took me like 2 fucking hours. Probably because I did it without instructions, but also from what I've heard, that's probably honestly a better way to do it because the instructions, and I can confirm this after looking at them after I'd set this up. The instructions on this thing are actually fucking awful, and they do not tell you how to set up the prop in a very good way. Um, and it's like something specifically with like the arms or something or it's weird. But it doesn't tell you how to do it the right way. And I think honestly, just doing it yourself the first time and just figuring everything out on your own is probably the best way to do it. But yeah, this thing's still awesome though, and it's a shame that like the motion tracking thing never is like hasn't really caught on with customers ever because like both this and Nibbles, especially this, no one really actually knew that it was motion tracking. I rarely saw anyone actually like interact with it and use the motion tracking thing, which is unfortunate because I think it's a cool idea, but it's one of those things where it didn't end up working really well, unfortunately. But yeah, this is still an awesome item, and it's better. I think it's better than like anything else they could have done with a Jack animatronic, unless it's like a static based off of like the signage design or something. But yeah, it's surprisingly really good, and it's way less like gimmicky and like goofy and generic than like we all thought it was gonna be.
This place holds countless souls, each a prisoner. This is your fate now, too. We are bound to this cursed place together.
This one is just really fucking boring. The head sculpt is nice, but like other than that, this is just fucking boring ass Morris costume slop, honestly. Like the animation, aside from the extra hinge that makes the head move, it's just the same fucking thing as like twitching ghoul. Um and the phrases are boring as fuck. Everything about her is just boring as fuck. And like I don't know why. I don't know what the appeal of this one was supposed to be. Like we still haven't gotten Dr. Needles. We still haven't gotten a bunch of other unreleased things that we should have gotten instead of this. And surprise, surprise, nobody fucking bought her because she's boring and there's nothing about her that's unique at all. And it's unfortunate because I think as like a name or as a concept for a prop, not a name, I think Crypt Countess could have been something really cool. And like the same way that like Toxic Clown, which was Nozzle's original name, could have been like a fucking actual like an actual Toxic Clown could have been awesome, but we got fucking Nozzles, one of the stupidest things ever made. And it's the same thing here. This is just fucking boring. This is shit you'd see at like a Morris Costumes booth, and or like Halloween Express, which is the same fucking thing. The Halloween Express is owned by Morris Costumes. Um, and it's something you'd see there, and like you just forget about it. And like that's what's happened to every Morris Costumes prop pretty much in the last like fucking like what 10 years. No one remembers any of them because they're not fucking memorable, and neither is this. This thing just fits right in with them. Like SVI's items for Spirit are usually like at least kind of unique or different than like the shit they fucking just throw out for other companies. Aside from like Depot, I'd say, which is like their only other unique outlet. But like this thing fucking is just like boring. Why did Spirit pick this up? Like what the fuck is this? Oh yeah, the masses they're gonna love Crypt Countess. Okay. Why? When this thing first released online, I wasn't really a fan of this because like I don't really give a fuck about the Conjuring movies. I've only seen like the first one and like 10 minutes of the second one, and I turned it off because I thought it was stupid as fuck. And I also thought like from what we saw in the videos, it didn't pop out very far. And then when people got it, it just fucking broke. The ones they sent out from the website orders, they broke out of the box for some reason. That was like a common issue, I think. And then also her speaker was like hella compressed. Like it was like this is like fucking 2010, and we have shit like Uncle Charlie where everything in the audio is just like scratchy as fuck and you can't understand half of what the prop is saying. But over time, and then when I got to set her up at my store, I think she's actually pretty cool. Yeah, her audio's compressed as fuck. The jump scare could be better. She could go out farther, and the mechanism could be done a lot better than a fucking desk drawer mechanism controlled by a string, which is just such a bafflingly fucking weird decision. But this is a Wo Yu prop, so I'm not surprised. But for a Wo Yu prop, this actually lasted pretty long into the season. Actually no, she didn't break it all at my store. She of all things, I was expecting to be the most faulty this year, but she actually held up pretty well, which I was really 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 surprised by, honestly. I will say she's really fucking small though in person. Um, like her head is like the size of my hand, and I have like fucking huge hands for some reason, but like still. Yeah, I don't like her as much as I probably would if I actually had an attachment to the Conjuring series. But I think for what she is, she's still pretty cool. She held up a lot more than I thought she would, and especially for a Wo Yu prop, which is like the worst company Spirits ever fucking worked with, and I don't know why they're still manufacturing for Spirit because they have a horrible track record of quality control, on like everything. I think for them this is honestly pretty good, considering they're pretty shitty. Actually, no, a really shitty track record, actually.
Whoa, round and round! Come on! I'll give you one free throw! Then it's my turn to throw a knife at you!
Oh my fucking god, I hate this thing. Fucking like, yeah, let's release the Danny DeVito fucking ugly ass stupid clown prop that says stupid fucking jokes that aren't funny. Yay, and let's give it to Party Time because they're the best company ever. I mean, like, when this first came out, I was like, oh, it's bad, but it's like a so bad it's good kind of thing, where it's like a funny kind of bad and it's fun to laugh at. No, this thing's just fucking stupid. This thing's awful. It is one of the worst fucking props Spirits ever made, and it's definitely one of their worst fucking clowns. Cause what the actual fuck is this? This thing is stupid as fuck. Everything about it is horrible. Yay, this is definitely gonna sell. And surprise, surprise, it didn't sell. Just like Crypt Countess. Because this thing's stupid as fuck. A lot of the props this year actually, most of the props this year actually didn't perform that well. Jack didn't sell that well either. And it's not like Jack, where him selling like complete shit wasn't deserved at all, because Jack sold horribly. We didn't sell any of ours until like the sale or something, and we had like 4 of them for the entire year, which is unfortunate because Jack's cool. Jack's an awesome prop, but this thing fucking isn't. This thing fucking sucks. This thing's stupid. It's packaged weirdly. Why is the box like a giant fucking rectangle? Why is it so wide? Why is there styrofoam in the box? Why are we doing that? Why is it? Why? If I don't know. This is just party time slop. It's awful. It's fucking garbage.
You have a beautiful head.
Yes, it will complete our collection nicely.
Don't be afraid. Come closer. Take a candy.
And let's carve up some fun this night. Our treats are crafted from your darkest nightmares.
When this thing leaked, back when like manual leaks were happening before we actually saw any of the lineup, I glazed the fuck out of this thing because like from the side, this actually looks really really fucking cool, because it's like this weird like fucking mutant clown thing, and it, like from a distance it looked like a fucking Cyclops actually in that like first leaked photo of like. It wasn't the actual ISC manual. It was like some other fucking thing. It was like the store manual or something. I don't know. But it actually looked really, really, really fucking cool. And like even up until like when we were seeing box photos of it, I was like still like, yeah, this thing's one of the best props of the year. Then we saw videos of it in action, and then it's just like, oh, it's just another SVI clown. Okay. And like, yeah, this thing, it's not like offensively bad, but it's just fucking really 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 boring. Like I can't even I can't even watch the demo videos for this thing because it just bores me to fucking tears. And then also there's the thing where they fucked up the mold for it, and it was both the motors being too powerful and the fucking mold being done wrong, and just not being done with vinyl like it should be. So the latex was fucking ripping on all of these, and I think no, they weren't recalled, and they had to all be like fucking like mid-season. All of these had to be put back in the boxes, so none of them got more fucked up than they already were. It was because it was that much of a fucking issue with these, and it's just another reason why we should have vinyl as an industry standard, because vinyl doesn't do this shit. But yeah, it's just a waste of a concept, honestly. Like, we could have gotten a cooler prop from this. And yeah, he's just boring SVI clown with boring Morris costumes audio, and he's probably the most boring prop of the year, honestly. He's not the worst, he's obviously not the fucking best, but he's not like, he's just the embodiment of not memorable at all. I mean, aside from his issues, though, that was like a generational fumble on SVI's part. But yeah, aside from that, it just nothing fucking memorable about him.
Do you hear that sound? That's the grinding of my bones coming to tuck you in while you're sleeping. Sweet screams!
Yeah, bro, you booked it. You definitely fucking booked it with your prop that went on sale halfway through the fucking season and still didn't sell for shit. Yeah, this thing's disappointing, especially from Techie. Yeah, fucking the voice acting on this thing is phenomenally fucking bad. The fact that this was voiced by someone who like thought it'd be a great idea to leak a bunch of shit to like a fucking 5-year-old, it doesn't help, but also like the voice acting on this is just horrible, fucking horrible. It sounds like someone pretending to be a fucking elderly person when they're like 20 years old, which is basically what it is. This is voiced by like a 30-year-old woman, and it doesn't sound like an elderly person at all. And like, and then like, why does she have that fucking puppet mouth? That's the thing too. Like, all we want is just fucking vinyl. And Techie especially, I don't know why they're doing this fucking puppet mouth shit, because they've been doing vinyl since they've started doing moving mouths and props in like fucking what, 2010? So I don't know why they were like, oh yeah, let's make it a plastic head and give it a puppet mouth, because they don't want latex. But no, let's not. We can't give it vinyl. It's too hard. But yeah, it's unfortunate what happened to this prop, because I think cosmetic wise, aside from the stupid fucking puppet mouth, I think she's pretty cool. And like I think her dress is definitely better than it was in like the concept stages, because I think that would just look weird, because I think like the pink looks is visually more appealing, but this thing is just ruined by its fucking voice acting, honestly. Like, if not for that, it would actually be like, I think, a pretty cool item. Like if this was just given to like Mark or something, and he did the voicing for this instead of whoever the fuck whatever her name was, I think it would have been like a pretty solid prop, honestly. But unfortunately, we got the worst voice actor in existence for this. So that happened, and now she sucks. So, or she doesn't suck. She's just like really fucking mid. But yeah, so especially for Techie, this is unfortunate, because Techie's made like 3 props that I'd actually call bad, for Spirit at least. But yeah, she's just really, really underwhelming.
You're trespassing on hallowed ground. Not everyone who does gets to live to tell about it.
He's not my top favorite of the scissor mechanism props from Techie. I think Mr. Dark is always going to be the best one, no matter what. He's up there as like one of the best jump scare props of all time. And there's not going to be any competition of that. And he's not as good as Hellspawn either. I don't love Hellspawn, but he's still way better than this. But I think this thing is still pretty cool. I will say though that his phrases, after having to listen to them for like 3 months on end, they do get pretty tiresome, because like while they're cool, they're 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 decent phrases. They're just like, if you have to hear them over and over and over and over and over again, you get really tired of them. Which is why I over time, my opinion of this prop went down quite a bit. I don't hate it, but it's not like I don't love it either. It's definitely better than Tallulah though. Tallulah's just like okay, and she's just this like hack job of a prop that we only got because Pumpkin Mr. Dark got canceled and they had to throw together something else. And like, yeah, his design is cool. I will say that I do like the Scarecrow design on him, but he's just not anything amazing, and I got tired of him over time. And also, why are we still selling these Mr. Dark reskins for $330? Uh, that's these should be like $280 max. Like Mr. Dark was 280 for Mr. Dark was already like a high increase in 2022, but that's still like reasonable. Like none of these should ever be fucking $330. Like that's still absurd. But yeah, this thing's still pretty cool, but it's not like amazing. Definitely a very odd choice for a flashback. Because of all things, I don't know why they chose Electrified Corpse to come back, but I don't dislike this item, and I never have. I think it's actually like a really cool prop. So I honestly don't really care that they brought this back, and especially because like this sold really fucking well. Actually, this and Valak and Backman Bonnie were like the 3 things this year, or like fairly early on before like peak season when everything was being bought up and like generally selling out. Him and those other 2 are the only ones that sold out company wide, which is good because it shows Spirit that like people want like more budget animatronics, or like smaller things, and not just like all life sizes, not life sizes, all like 6-foot props, and like that smaller things like this, and maybe other shit like Creepy Caretaker or like Pop Up Zombie or Rising from the Grave props will sell well. I think it's good that got shown to Spirit, because I think that's part of what's missing from modern Spirit. We need more smaller props, and not everything needs to be like 6 feet tall, and because that also makes the lineup larger. Because like shit like 2013 had a bunch of smaller items, way larger lineup. But like modern years, like 2024, lineup was smaller, but like had more larger props. But in terms of this flashback itself, I think that I honestly like this more than the 2016 and 17 versions because while it's missing that like gore stump on the hand, or not the hand, the arm with the severed hand, which I think is a weird thing to not have on this item. I'm fine with that because the rest of the item honestly looks better. I think the paint job being more burnt on the face, instead of like more flesh tone like on the original versions, I think that looks better. While it doesn't like the shoulders don't move with the head when it like moves up and like, or like not up and down, backwards and forwards. I think that that's probably beneficial because now it moves a lot faster and like it's not as slow as the originals are in comparison. I will say though that like they needed to not have the fucking like base of the head as exposed as it is because there's nothing keeping people from like just obviously seeing the fucking plastic under or like at the base of this thing's head. It's really distracting, and that's the one thing I will say that the original did genuinely better than this. Because I think also the hand stump also looks kind of weird. It's not the greatest, but whatever. But aside from that, though, I think this is a pretty solid return, even with it being a really random choice. Because even like from 2016, of all things, I don't know why Electrified Corpse you'd bring back instead of like Swing Scarecrow or Boogeyman, for example, where the fuck is our Boogeyman flashback? Yeah, it's still, it's not a bad choice, but it's like out of everything, really. Even though it's not some shit like Grave Watcher where it's like genuinely, why did you choose this to bring back? This thing was never that great. Yeah, I like this prop a lot, and I'm glad it sold well because it shows we want more like lower end, smaller animatronics that aren't shitty, but also like aren't like giant 6-footers. When that first like 4 or 5 prop like release thing happened back in like early summer of 2025, I wasn't the biggest fan of this one, really. I thought he was like he was cool, but he was like he looks way smaller in like the official videos than he actually does in person. And I thought he was just okay in general. But then like over time when like Joshua Harris got him and unboxed him and like he turned out to be like actually really fucking big. Then when I set him up at my store and like having him at the store over time for like the season, I grew to actually really like this one. Honestly, I think he's up there with one of the best of the year, and I actually ended up buying our store display, like down the line at the end of the year. I think 230 is a bit much for him, or 200 or whatever fucking price he is. I don't remember. It's too much for him because he is just like, he's large, but he's only like 4 feet tall. And he only has 2 animations. That's too much for that small of a prop. And yeah, this is one I would have never expected to actually end up buying, but I'm glad it did because this thing is awesome. And it's definitely one of like SVI's, even though it's not some like grand prop with like a huge personality. I think it's one of their most like memorable props from the last few years, honestly, because like it's not anything major, but it's really great for what it is. I will say, though, that he is actually really fucking quiet, even at full volume. Like, at our store, I had him at full volume, and, like, even when nothing else was happening, you could barely hear him from, like, maybe even, like, 20 feet away. Yeah, especially for an SVI speaker, that's really disappointing, because usually they're, like, really loud. But, yeah, that's the one thing I will say I don't like about this prop, is that his speaker is too fucking quiet. Other than that, he's great, though. She's really cool, but she's not one I would call, like, the best of the year or something. I see why people like her. She does have like that really cool Victorian goth appearance that like we don't really see on props that often, or like at least anymore. She does feel like very old spirit-ish. But I think like yeah, she's cool, but she's also pretty overrated, honestly. Um, she's not a better version of Broken Spine Girl. Broken Spine Girl is a way better prop, honestly. Um, and always has been, always will be. Um, but yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one, other than the fact that I think she's a cool prop. Um, and like, but she's not amazing. What 180 is too much for her though. She's not worth. She's like really fucking small in person. She's like 5 feet maximum. Um, and 180 for her, with her only having one animation, is like way too fucking much. This should be like 150 at most. But spirit pricing is weird like that sometimes. But yeah, I like this thing, but not as much as other people do. And I vastly prefer Broken Spine Girl, and I always have, always will.
No more clowning around. It's time for monkey business.
When we first got leaks of like that like big animatronic poster that was on the side of the archway, which is how we saw like our first look at like the entire lineup pretty much, and stuff like Backman Bonnie, Trick or Treat Pete, Twisted Grandma, they all got leaked through that. I thought this was just like okay. I wasn't like that impressed with it. I thought it was like pretty generic looking, but like when we actually saw more of this, actually like really love this one. Honestly, it's definitely my second favorite of the year, and it's another like really great prop from modern CCL, and like it just shows how much they've grown from like making not shitty props, making okay props that have like the worst fucking builds in existence and are like all unnecessarily fucking overcomplicated and like require 8 billion fucking zip ties and a bunch of screws and a bunch of other dumb shit. This and Fire Demon, and actually I think nothing else from this year from them actually requires zip ties or screws at all, which is great. We should have more. No, actually not that. That's not true. Electrified Corpse has screws. But besides him, like nothing else from this year has like any of that bullshit from them. But yeah, I will say though, he's too fucking expensive. He's not worth $330 at all, and that's why he sold so poorly, which is also unfortunate. Him and Fire Demon both really did not sell well at all, or at least in my area. I think in other areas, Fire Demon sold really well, but then like here at my store, we didn't sell really any at all until like the end of the season. Same with Monkey Business. Same issue that everyone else has with him. His speaker programming fucking sucks ass. Because like it cuts off the first second or so of the phrase, and you don't hear like shit the clown is saying, which it's like Silent and Deadly. It's fixed by putting him on an external speaker, which yeah, it's easy to do, but I shouldn't have to buy an external speaker off of Amazon to have this thing like be able to hear its entire audio. That's stupid. But like besides that, I think this prop is really great, and like I already said, it's my second favorite prop of the year. Only followed up by Fire Demon.
I have risen from the dark pit of despair. It burns inside me.
Basically, since we saw that video of this thing first in action at like a store that was setting up or something, I knew that this was going to be my favorite prop of the year. And it's probably my favorite demon prop of all time. Personally, I think like demon props are cool, but there haven't been like that many that like actually stuck out in my mind, honestly. Really the only other one I can think of that like I really love is like Harbinger of Hell. But yeah, this thing is fucking amazing. The phrases are great. Cosmetics are fucking great. This thing has like amazing fucking lighting. It's huge. The only thing I genuinely have wrong with it is that the speaker is so fucking quiet for no reason. This thing should have a booming speaker like Wacky Mole did, or the 2021 Wacky Mole did, 2020 Gatekeeper does. Basically, all the techie flashbacks that have like updated control boxes. Basically, like 90%, actually no, this year had like a bunch of weird speaker issues. The majority of modern animatronics have speakers that are like booming, and then they get loud. This thing, even at full volume, it gets like overshadowed in terms of like the like sound, in terms of sound, it gets overshadowed by like any other animatronic around it. Which is unfortunate because this thing has great audio, and like but the speaker is just not, it's just not powerful enough, or it's not amplified enough, even at full volume. And even though it doesn't matter to me because I don't put my shit outside at all, ever, this thing is not weatherproof at all, or not at all. It's like half weatherproof. Like there's some wires that are like they have like the screw cap things that are weatherproof, but then the control box isn't weatherproof. There's other wire harnesses that aren't weatherproof. It's weird. I don't know why they advertise it as being weatherproof when it's actually not weatherproof. It's a better attempt than like Max Straw was, where he just blatantly is just not fucking weatherproof, besides his clothing. But still, we should have props that are advertised as weatherproof actually be weatherproof. But yeah, aside from those two things, or that one thing that actually matters to me, which is the speaker, this thing is fucking amazing. It is by far one of Modern Spirit's best props, or like post 2015 Spirit, because I don't at this point, it's been so fucking long that I don't consider that Modern Spirit anymore. I just consider I don't consider 2015 forwards Modern Spirit anymore. It's more like I separate them in like eras of like 5 years. But in terms of like this era, it's like one of the best props, honestly, by far. And it's another example of how CCL has just completely redeemed themselves in the last 3 years. It's I don't hate it as much as other people do, but I also don't I don't love this thing at all. This thing's just like really, really fucking mid. It's cooler in person, definitely, because it's also like really fucking big, which benefits the prop. It's also just not that bad, honestly, but yeah, it's like, for something called Night Owl, which sounds like a fucking awesome name and could be like this incredibly unique animatronic, but it's just a skeleton owl. Fucking why? Why would, okay, sure. Like, yeah, it's just like I'm just indifferent to this one. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just fucking whatever. Fucking stupid bullshit. What is this? Like, okay, fucking, first of all, what is this doing in a fucking Spirit Halloween? This, yeah, yeah, it's a clown, but there's nothing remotely fucking Halloween or scary about this besides that. You could just put, this is just a normal fucking circus clown with nothing remotely scary about it. And it's not like, it's not like, oh, it's just a realistic clown waving Wally. It's not scary. It doesn't have fucking sharp teeth and isn't threatening to fucking murder you, and there's not blood dripping from its fucking mouth. No, this is just a normal fucking clown. There's why is this on a fucking ISE and why is this in the store? Like, what? And also, this thing's fucking main gimmick is that it's like a candy dispenser. But no, they're not, they don't provide the store with candy, and no store is going to do that. They're not going to maintain the fucking prop for like months on end. Because even doing that, I'll get into it later, but even doing that for like a few days is just fucking annoying as fuck. Because this thing doesn't work at all. But the main function of the main function of this thing, it can't even be fucking like displayed for customers. And like, what's the point of having this on the ISE? The ISE is like, it's supposed to be this cool display, but it's also like a venue, not a venue, a fucking an outlet for customers to see what all the animatronics do and shit, and what their main gimmicks or functions are. There's no, you can't do that with this. It's a fucking candy dispenser. It's A, high maintenance as fuck, and B, the customers can't see what this is doing. So why is it on the fucking ISE to begin with? Why not put something like people would actually maybe buy, like Santa art, for example, or Lantern Keeper, or Trixie, or something else that you can actually see what the fuck it's supposed to fucking do. Like, yeah, Santa art sold well, but still, he would have sold more if he was on display instead of this fucking waste of fucking space. And for, why would you give this to YJ? They're the best company you've ever worked with. Stop wasting them on fucking stupid bullshit slop that looks like a fucking, like it was whipped up in fucking grok. Stop wasting them on shit like this. No. Give them cool fucking shit, like, I don't know, have them fucking bring back Reaper of Souls, like we all fucking have been asking them to do for fucking years on end. And the fucking candy function on this thing, its main fucking gimmick doesn't even fucking work right, even when you have the right size pieces of fucking candy. I fucking bought, I ran to Target. I don't know why I ran to Target. That was like a fucking 20-minute run, and I almost fucking died. I didn't almost die, but I fucking bought candy for this thing at my store to have it actually, to maybe make it actually like fucking make people actually fucking buy it, because this thing was like one of the worst sellers of the year. And this thing was so fucking high maintenance. It was up by like the front counter, and every 5 fucking minutes basically I would have to unjam its fucking like nozzle thing or hose thing that goes from like the tat where all the candy is to the fucking mouth where it all spits out. And it would just get stuck in the fucking hat, or it would just get stuck in the mouth or some fucking shit. It didn't even work right with the right size fucking candy. And then it's also like you can only fit like maybe 10 pieces of, not even 10, fucking, you can barely fit like any fucking candy in its hat either at a time, so you're always gonna be having to refill it just fucking constantly. And it's just like, this thing was not fucking, like, this thing, how is this even a release? This is not a releasable item. It doesn't fucking work at all. And you can't display its main gimmick in a store, because I'm not going to drop fucking $40 on candy from Target every week, and neither is anyone else from any other fucking store. They're not going to do that, and Spirit's not going to provide that much, the amount of fucking candy that you'd need for that shit. They're not going to provide that. They don't want to do that. So why was this in the fucking store to begin with? Just have it, if it's in the store, just have it be a fucking filler, or a box only prop, because that's what this fucking should be. This does not need to be on the fucking ISE, and it shouldn't be on the fucking ISE, because it doesn't belong there. And this isn't a fucking Halloween prop. It's a stupid fucking, like, it looks cool cosmetically, I guess, but there's nothing Halloween about this. This isn't fucking, there's nothing scary, there's nothing unnerving about this. It's just a fucking clown. It's stupid as fuck, and it's overpriced as well. $240. Oh, because it's Bluetooth. Oh no, fucking, you can get Bluetooth speakers and then also a fucking candy dispenser at $5 Below. Why is this that expensive? Like, okay, why? Oh my, I'm done with this. I fucking hate this thing. It's one of the worst things they've ever fucking released, ever. And like, why would you? This is the worst thing YG's ever done as well. Because it's just a worthless piece of fucking shit. Awful. Just fucking garbage prop.
You will be playing red light, green light. You are allowed to move forward when it shouts out green light. Stop when it shouts red light. If your movement is detected afterwards, you will be eliminated.
무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다.
Okay, before I talk about anything else with this thing, English mode is the worst fucking thing ever. Never put this thing on fucking English mode. This isn't from an English show. It's from a fucking Korean show. It's supposed to speak fucking Korean. Why is it speaking English? And why is the English track like? There's no menace put into it at all. It's just some random fucking person just reading off a fucking line, being all happy about it. Yay, fucking, you're gonna fucking die. Fucking, yay. So happy. What the fuck is that shit? Fucking no. Fucking put this on Korean mode or don't have this at all. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Squid Game at all. I've never watched it. I probably won't ever watch it because I don't care. I don't watch Netflix shows really. For a prop, and when this first dropped, or when we first heard about this, or when it was like leaked, I went on a record saying this was the worst prop of all time, because it was from Squid Game, and it's cringe. Because okay, it is fucking cringe that they're doing Squid Game props, because like it's not a horror show, because there's nothing like, because Squid Game is like a science fiction show. There's nothing like, it's not like a horror franchise like Nightmare on Elm Street, for example, is, or like fucking even like horror oriented like Beetlejuice, even though it's not like, that's more like PG horror comedy. But like I don't understand why they made this prop to begin with, but I think it's like, it's for what it is. I think it's cool, and it's impressive that Party Time managed to make something this decent. Honestly, I don't have an attachment to the show, so I don't really care about this prop, nor would I ever really would. It's cool. But it's not like I would never spend $700 on it. But yeah, whatever. Young-hee's fine.
It's a terrifier Christmas. Let horror fill your heart. You hear footsteps, that's not Santa. It's a jolly clown named Art. He's a Miles County legend with a smile that brings a chill. On a journey to outdo himself and top his latest kill. He'll melt your...
It's better than the original Art the Clown from 2024, because it, like, the head mechanism isn't just dog shit. But also I think this is just like generally a better prop as well. But it's not something I would actually buy. Originally I did really love this prop. Back when like the first, like, the official video dropped of it. Cause like Terrifier 3 is absolute fucking cinema, and like a Santa Art prop, like, it was gonna fucking happen at some point, but I think like you could have done it in a better way than just reskinning the original Art the Clown. I think that like the main reasons why I didn't buy this are like, the boots look like shit. I don't know why they didn't just like make fucking boots for this, and instead we're just like, oh, let's just put a piece of fabric or fucking something on like the legs and make it look like boots, but we're just gonna use the original shoes from the old one. That's just generational fucking laziness. And also like the face just looks weird on the release models for this, and also it doesn't, the videos make it look a lot better than it actually is. But I still think this is cool. I wish they made like an actual Santa Art with like a fucking chainsaw or some shit, and like it was actually a different prop than the original Art the Clown from 2024. But I still like this, but it's, I'm not gonna buy it. And also, especially for like fucking $270 or $280 or whatever absurdly fucking expensive price they wanted for this. Like The one from last year, or the one not last year, the one from 2024 was $200. Yeah, that was a markdown from $280 to compete with the shitty ass Party City one. But if that sold like insanely well for that last year, why is this one $270 or $280 when it's the exact same thing pretty much, which was just different cosmetics and an axe instead of a horn? Like, what the fuck? Do you think that's gonna sell? I mean, it did, but like, it. Why are you charging that much money for this? It's not worth that much. But yeah, I like this thing. It's really cool, but it's not amazing or as good as I thought it was when it first dropped.
Stay and play with me forever and ever.
I don't hate it, but it did not need to exist at all. It's a waste of YJ as well. YJ should not be making shit like this. They shouldn't be making fucking shitty budget props. Or not. This thing's okay, but like objectively, this isn't very good. And I don't know why they're making it, or why Spirit why Spirit won't just let them make like actually important props in the lineup again. But yeah, it's okay. It's overhated, but I think like I can see why people don't like this thing. It's the phrases are fine. It looks fine. The animation's weird. I don't know why she's spinning her head, but whatever. Yeah, I just don't care about this one at all. It's whatever. Shouldn't exist, but there's worse things out there, especially from this year. This year had some really shitty props like fucking Trick or Treat Pete or Bullseye or fucking Two-Faced Teddy. But yeah, this one's just whatever. I don't care.
Shh! Do not venture any further. There will be no escape.
I mean, it looks cool, I guess, but I don't care about this thing at all either. It just looks like a fucking rejected Home Depot prop, and it's a generic one at that. It's not one of their like items that are like actually interesting or cool. It's just like one of their generic like it's like it feels like 2018 or 2017 Home Depot when they were first like getting like SVI props, and they were still like dominantly like Pan Asian like CVS greeted props, and it was like shit like the Butlers and like the Reapers. They all say the same fucking things. It was shit like that. I feel this is like that's like what kind of prop Lantern Keeper feels like, and that's also because he's Pan Asian as well. He's their first prop besides Wolfie since like fucking 2013. I don't know why Pan Asian's back at Spirit, but whatever. This is confirmed to be a fucking Spirit design as well. It's not like an actually rejected Home Depot design. It is an actual Spirit design, which is the weirdest thing because it doesn't feel like a Spirit design at all. But it's okay. I don't care. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't care. Lantern Keeper's fine.
Nobody gave me any candy. And now I'm really angry. All better now.
I mean, it's like she's cool, but she's also like not amazing or anything like that. And also, I think she's overhated as well too. She's not as bad as everyone says she is. Like especially her mechanism. Her mechanism, yeah, it's string controlled for some reason. It's weird. It shouldn't work at all, but it lasts fairly well. But it's not as shitty as like everyone expected it to be, honestly. It's a decent mechanism, but also like it's like, why is it controlled by a fucking string? Why does it use a pulley? Or whatever the fuck. I don't care. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Yeah, it's an alright prop. The audio, it sounds like Lisa Simpson, but it's okay. That's all I have to say about this. It's just fine. It's overhated. It's a cool prop, but it's like It's also just like, it's not that great. What the fuck is this? Why? This is just part spin slop garbage. Yeah, everybody's gonna love Two-Faced Teddy, the prop that's just spins its head and it uses, like, parts from, like, 8 different fucking props. Like, okay. What the fuck is this absolute garbage? Why did you release this shit? Like, no. No one wants this. It's fucking trash. It's garbage. It's horrible. One of the worst fucking things you've ever released. Again, 3 clowns this year that are, like, up down there is, like, the worst thing Spirit's ever put out. Yay, we're really on a roll with the clowns. Can they just fucking end yet, please? Can we get something new? Can we go back to zombies? Why can't we go back to zombies? The zombie phase was fun. It's only like 3 years though. No, it was 4 years. The Walking Dead zombie era was fun. Can we go back to that? I'm fucking tired of this clown bullshit. Half of them are 90% of them aren't that fucking interesting. I'm fucking bored of it. And this thing sucks ass. Fucking trash garbage bullshit.
Hi there. Are you lost? Don't worry. I know all the secrets of this creepy place. But beware. You don't want to fall in an open grave.
I definitely like this one more when it released, but it's just okay. Like, it looks cool, but it's also like fucking incredibly small in person. It's like fucking 3 feet tall. It's hilariously tiny, and the audio is just okay. It's just normal SVI audio. Whatever. It's not. I've seen people genuinely hate this thing. I don't think it's that bad, but it's not anything memorable or great either. It's whatever. It's fine. Now, this thing looks really, really cool, but also, like, why did we need this? Did anyone, like, why not just bring back the original fucking Sam prop? It's a better item, and also, it doesn't have the speaker quality of, like, I don't even, the fucking speaker on this thing's awful. It's like Valak, but, like, almost maybe worse. It's horrible, and, like, the projector's a cool idea, but it doesn't work as well, like, as it doesn't work as well as, like, the one like Reagan did. It's fine. It's a really pointless prop because, like, we didn't need another fucking Sam prop. We don't need to repeat the same license. Don't do that. Invest in, like, another license instead. Don't or use one that you already have. Like, you do a Nightmare on Elm Street prop or something. You do something with a license you have that you haven't done anything with. But yeah, it's fine. It looks cool, but we don't need it. And you could have just brought back the old one. That's way better.
That's a very pretty face you have there. It'll look even prettier decorating my porch with a candle in your mouth.
He's finally back, but he's kind of mid. They made him kind of mid now. His face, they ruined his face. His jaw looks bad. Why did you do that? And his hands are latex again. Why did you bring latex hands back? His hands were vinyl in 2014. Why did you do that? What the fuck? I'm always gonna be very critical of this flashback because Pumpkin Nester is like my third favorite prop of all time, and I'm very sentimental towards mine, and I have a 2014 one, which is the best version by far. I'd say the face looks the best, the hands are vinyl, just generally the best one. I'd say, the 2013 ones, the face is cool, but also that's the one that comes the most deformed. And if you're gonna see a deformed Pumpkin Nester, it's always gonna be a fucking 2013 one, always. But like, yeah, after years of begging, it is pretty disappointing to see like them fumble this so badly. The mouth should not be that fucking like gaping wide open. And like the way they made the structure on him and just overcomplicated the setup is just like, fucking why make him come in like 8 billion different fucking pieces when like the original had such a simple setup. It was just the swing, his torso, and his head, and like a couple wing nuts and screws. It took like 5 fucking minutes, and it was easy. And it was like it's like, oh no, a couple inches less of box size diameter. We gotta save that box size for some reason. Like, no, you don't. The structure is now like, it's like the original had like fucking padding and shit. Like, yeah, virtually when it's put together, it looks virtually the same as the original did. But like, you didn't need to do that. Like, you could have just left the same way as the original was built. But yeah, I appreciate though that this isn't as overpriced as Toothy was. It's like this one's like $230 or $220. And it's a much more reasonable price than Toothy was. Toothy was overpriced, even though Toothy was an amazing fucking prop, but he's not worth $250. Even though he's like one of my favorite props of all time. But yeah, I'm glad he's back, but I wish they didn't mess up his face as much as they did, because he looks weird, especially from like the side. He looks, I don't know if it's like that with ones in person. But in the photos, he looks like fucking Quentin Tarantino. He has like this massive, like, fucking, like, just huge fucking lower jaw. It's so weird. But yeah, I think as a prop, this version it's good, but it's just fine. While the original is fucking perfect and one of the best props of all time. And it's showing Spirit that, yeah, we want older YJ shit back, like we've been saying for the past 8 billion fucking years. Bring more shit back from them. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this flashback, really. I'm not gonna buy it. I didn't buy it. I won't. I'm fine with my 2014 version. And the speaker's also virtually the same. It sounds slightly better, but it's like, it's not, with YJ shit, it's never that much of a difference. YJ always had like the best fucking speakers back in the day, so it's not. It's barely a difference. It's not like fucking SVI 2013 versus SVI 2024 or 5 or whatever. So yeah, it's all right. Flashback. I'm glad people who want Nestor that don't want to buy the old one for whatever reason could buy the new one. But I'm not a fan of this one personally, as much as I am the vastly superior original. Do I think it's better than the 2015 Subway? Aesthetically and like personally, I think that one was better, but objectively, this ISC I think is probably the better one. And like last year's, or not last year's, I keep thinking it's fucking, no, and not fucking last year. 2024's ISC, I think it's probably objectively the best one that we've had up until this point, because there's so much, like, the back archway, the turnstile, that thing's fucking stupid. The ISC is better without it. It shouldn't have even been the fucking ISC to begin with, and, like, it's garbage. Forget about that part. It's stupid. But the rest of it, there's so much fucking detail everywhere, or inside the train especially. And there's so many, like, little niche, there's, like, so many little things, like, the fucking, like, not little things, really, like, shit like the shaker floor, the whole control panel, the lights on the front of the train, the newspaper stand. There's tons of like really cool shit in this ISC it just makes it really fucking good. And like yeah, the actual lineup, I'll get more into it later in the overall thoughts, but the lineup wasn't great for this year or this past year, but the actual ISC, it's just another really really great ISC from the new designer. The new designer, he is he's done this year and not this year. He's done everything since Carnival, and he's done a fantastic job. And yeah, and this ISC was just really really fun to have in the store, like Carnival was. The fucking noises from the subway, and also great ambience for like when I was doing setup for most of the props out of my store too. And also the fucking subway chairs. They're really durable, surprisingly. Like I was expecting that of all things to break in the ISC like instantly because it's being held up by cardboard, but they're really fucking stable. Actually, they're really really durable, which makes them a lot harder to set up too. That was like one of the main things that was a pain in the ass for me when I was setting up an ISC at another store. I didn't do my stores, but I did in other stores. This year or this past year, fucking whatever. But that was like one of the biggest pains in the ass, definitely, of the subway, was the fucking just setting up was just assembling that fucking like thick ass cardboard chair frame thing. But also, they're really fucking comfortable as well. Like after we closed, I was just sitting there for a bit and like just fucking chill, and it was great. Those chairs are fucking awesome. I'm excited for this year's ISC, but I will miss those fucking subway chairs. They were great. But yeah, this ISC was fucking fantastic. I love this ISC so much. Like I have with everything the new designer's done, and also will do because the upcoming ISC, for this year looks fucking fantastic. But yeah, this ISC is great. I'm gonna miss it, but also like last year, I'm excited for the fucking campground ISC. That shit's gonna be awesome. All right, this year, overall, putting like everything together and considering all of it, this year was okay. The ISC was great, but the lineup was very, 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 very hit and miss. Like we had a couple great ones like Fire Demon, Monkey Business, Sewer Rat, Silent and Deadly. He's not really like a 2025 prop though. He was Silent Deadly was supposed to 2024, but he was delayed. But besides that, like we had like two other props besides those that were like remotely interesting. And then like a bunch of really really shitty ones like Bullseye that were just like why is this being sold? But yeah, I overall like the season itself was great again because again, working at Spirit's awesome. Really enjoy that. Met more amazing people. Just had a fucking blast even though I was like sick for like the last 2 weeks of October or last half of October, and I was like just holding myself together with like ibuprofen and Monster, which probably isn't a good idea. Don't do that. If you're sick, just fucking let yourself stop being sick before going back to work and working yourself to death. Don't do like I did this year, or this past year. Well, fucking, I don't care, whatever. But yeah, season itself was amazing, but the actual stuff they had for 2025 was just all right. Not the worst year ever. That's not 2022 is people were saying it's worse than 2022. Well, it's as bad as 2022. When like the first few the first few props were dropping and we were getting leaks of everything. It's nowhere near that bad. 2022 it's still a horrible, horrible, horrible fucking year for Spirit. And it will always be a horrible year for Spirit. Nothing will be as bad as 2022 Spirit, ever. But, and there's also a couple other years I think that are still worse than this. I think, like, 2020 is still probably worse than this year. I think the ISE was just lackluster that year, and the lineup was, like, had some cool things, but it wasn't amazing. probably like maybe another year. I don't know. But it wasn't a horrible year. It was not a great year either. By a long way. There's been way better lineups, especially like 2024 was way better. So was 2023. So is 2021. So far, so is this year. This year looks way fucking better. We've had 2 props release, and already one of them is having like unanimous praise from the fucking community because it's one of the best fucking licensed props we've ever had, and it's insanely good, and I'm definitely gonna get it. I don't care if it's just an utter fucking pain in the ass to move around because it's like 50 fucking pounds, apparently, and the box is probably huge, but I want that fucking Xenomorph, god damn it. I need it. It looks fucking amazing. I can't live without it. But and there's also a few other things so far that I'm definitely gonna be picking up, like Dead Humor, Doomsday Duo. But I don't want to get too much into this year, upcoming year, but it looks fucking great. It looks way better than this year was, or this past fucking 2025. What fucking whatever. But yeah, and I'm glad to finally be done with this fucking video too. It was, it's definitely later than I have put these out usually. I try to put these out in like March, but this was just sitting in my iMovie folder, for a while. I just didn't feel like doing voiceover, until I was sick, which I'm still kind of sick now, but I decided to just fucking start blasting through this shit, and now in like 3 days I'm done with voiceover finally, and now I have to do fucking audio editing. Yay! Fucking audio splicing is so fun. I fucking love it. It's the worst thing ever. I want to oh my god. But yeah, glad to finally have this video out or be done with it. And yeah, it was a great season overall, but Spirit wasn't that great. But yeah, I'll hopefully be back soon with probably there's some demos I still have to do. Shit I still have to get repaired. First aid kit. I have to get a fucking magnet for that thing's door. I have to film a first aid kit and convulsing nurse video. I have to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna have first aid kit on a stand or some shit. And then I also have to refilm the Death Run High Voltage video. I'm gonna just redo that too. I didn't like how that old demo turned out. Then also I have a See-Through Cindy I still have to make a demo of. I just have to get a waist piece for her. But yeah, and then also, actually, yeah, that's it for demos. Yeah, I'll be back soon with hopefully at least one of those things. If not, I'll be back when like stores start opening or some shit, or I don't know, fucking something. But yeah, I'll see you all whenever I upload again. Yeah, bye.